Setting up a successful summer for children can be a challenge, even more so if you have a child with ADHD. Joining me today with 5 common mistakes parents of kids with ADHD make and solutions to those problems is clinical psychologist Dr. Sharon Saline. Hi, Dr. Sharon Saline.
Hello, Alana. Welcome to our first get together of July. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Yes, I'm glad you're here too. I mean, summer is a hard time for parents because routines are upended. And I feel like it's even more so of a challenge for parents of children with ADHD because ADHD children thrive on routine, don't they?
Yes, they do. And also, sometimes parenting kids with ADHD is like parenting on steroids. You need all your tools all the time, and you need to feel stronger than ever every day because you're meeting a lot of difficult challenges. But let's look at the 5 typical mistakes parents make with kids with ADHD and how they can overcome them. And this is based on my 5 C's of ADHD parenting that I detail in my book, What Your ADHD Child Wishes You Knew, and in my card deck, the ADHD solution deck. So the first common mistake is losing your temper. Now, we all do this, but when we become agitated with a child or a teen with ADHD, it only adds fuel to their fire. As adults, we can calm our intense emotions better than our neurodiverse kids because their prefrontal lobes, this part of the brain, really finishes maturing around or after age 25. And that's true for all kids, that their prefrontal cortex coalesces with the rest of the brain around age 25. And there's up to a 3-year delay for kids with ADHD. So what's the solution to these eruptions? And that's to practice self-control. You're going to start by managing your own feelings first so you can act effectively. Slow things down and take a pause in the action. Breathe slowly and deeply like a Navy SEAL. Breathe in for 4, hold it for 4, exhale for 4. Go to the bathroom, wash your hands, or get a drink of water. Settle yourself first, and then you can help your child do the same. If you're dysregulated, it's not going to help your child pull themselves together.
You are right, Dr. Saline. It sounds like it's important to give yourself a little time out.
I call it a time apart, and I know we're going to talk about that in another segment, but it's really, we all have to learn how to soothe ourselves and pull ourselves together. The second common mistake is misunderstanding their experience as a young person living with ADHD. It's tough to remember that your child or teen with ADHD lives with significant executive functioning challenges. When your son forgets his history project or your daughter leaves her bag home from camp, they're struggling with working memory and organization. They're not being lazy and forgetful on purpose. So the solution is to find compassion. Meet your kids where they are, not where you think they should be compared to neurotypical cousins or friends. Your kids would like things to be easier too. So nurture compassion for them and for yourself. And remember, we're all doing the best we can with the resources we've got.
Dr. Saline, it sounds like we're talking about really mindful parenting here.
That's exactly what we're talking about. And we're also talking about collaborative problem solving. So one of the third mistake is we exclude kids' participation from solutions that are aimed at helping them. Wherever kids with ADHD go, they hear from adults and peers about how they've missed the mark and what they should do differently, even if those ideas don't make sense to their brain. So the solution is to start with collaboration. When you include the opinions of kids with ADHD to address problems, there's more buy-in and cooperation. Work together with your child to find solutions to daily challenges, using a we attitude instead of a you should attitude. Ultimately, you have the final word, but by including them, their participation will be higher.
Certainly, Dr. Saline, it makes them a part of the process, which I'm sure they value. Let's get to number 4.
Not following through. Now, kids with ADHD, despite their protests, actually thrive on routines and predictability. When parents struggle to stick with a behavior plan or improvise a spontaneous punishment, it's confusing. Do you mean what you say? Do you give in when they pester you? The solution is to stay as consistent as possible without aiming for perfection. So forget about the perfection. Instead, offer clear messages and similar consequences for the same behavior as often as possible.
Dr.
We want to
Oh,
aim
yes.
for steadiness and explain when and why you're changing your mind.
It's important for children to know the thought process behind behaviors. We're running out of time, but I'd
Exactly.
love to get to number 5.
So number 5, focus on more on the focusing more on the outcome instead of the efforts. Many parents want to see immediate change in their child's behaviors when they give feedback or they start a behavior program. Criticism and disappointment from parents about the way kids aren't measuring up backfires because kids lose motivation. So the solution is the 5th C, which is celebration. We're going to notice progress and acknowledge completion. We're going to practice celebration by validating both positive efforts and any outcomes you see. Studies have found that a 3-to-1 ratio of positive comments to negative ones makes a big difference in promoting behavioral change and can-do attitudes.
I love it. Dr. Sharon Saline, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Alana. Have a great day.
You too.